Hello and welcome to today's fire-inspired flow. We'll start today's practice in any comfortable seated position, taking a few moments to ground into our practice here. Maybe closing our eyes and just starting to take note of our inhales and exhales, and maybe choosing this time to set an intention for our practice today. We're going to start today's practice with a breath of fire. A little bit of breath work to start our day. If you're already familiar with this one, you can feel free to put your arms up in a V shape with the thumbs pointing up. Otherwise, you can bring your hands to the belly here. And what this is going to look like is just sharp exhales through the nose. The inhale is passive, making a pumping movement through the belly here. The tempo is kind of like a panting dog. We'll take our sharp, deep exhales here, feeling the belly pump in and out. Continuing with a steady tempo here. If we're feeling okay to speed up our tempo, we can start to speed it up a little bit, continuing to exhale sharply through the nose for just a little bit longer here. And we'll take a deep inhale and hold the breath here, holding our arms up if they are up. And then exhale, let that go, bringing the hands down onto the knees, taking just a couple moments to pause here before we take this into our second round. Again, option to bring the hands up, and if they are, making sure that the shoulders are down and back, and then returning into our breath of fire here. Trying to maintain our rhythm. Again, the inhales are passive, so you're just focusing on those fast, sharp exhales. Just a few more. Then deep inhale and hold, keeping the arms up if they are in that V. Holding the breath here. And then letting that go, bringing the hands back down, coming back to our natural breath here. Taking a moment. And then we'll come into our tabletop for some cat-cows, dropping the belly and lifting the chest as we inhale and exhale to round. Continuing in your own time here, synchronizing the breath with the movement. We'll slowly start to bring it back to neutral here in our tabletop. And then we'll bring the right leg out straight. Left arm comes up to follow here, staying strong through the core, making sure that right hip is facing down and strong push into that right hand. Continuing to breathe here, extending the limbs out long. Inhale to extend out even longer, and exhale to curl them in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend out long, and then dropping that down. This time bringing the left foot out and right arm follows. Holding here for a couple of deep breaths, making sure that we're strong through the core, remembering to breathe. Inhale, extend out even longer, and exhale to curl it all in. Inhale out long. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend out long once again. Exhale, curl in. Inhale out long. And then coming back into our tabletop. From here, we'll start to tuck underneath the toes, slowly coming into our first downward facing dog. Hips come all the way up towards the sky, and maybe taking this time to paddle out through the feet. From here, we'll slowly start to roll all the way over into our full or half plank. And then from here, we'll start to push back into our downward facing dog. We'll repeat this, just rocking from down dog to plank. So inhale to roll forward. And exhale, rolling back. Inhale, slowly rolling forward, pressing strong through all 10 fingertips. And exhale, roll back. Twice more here. Inhale to roll forward, slightly doming through the spine here. Core is engaged. Exhale, roll back. And one more time. Inhale, roll forward and hold. And exhale all the way back. From here, we'll slowly walk all the way up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then placing the hands down, step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. As we inhale, we'll sweep the right leg all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, step it through. Preparing for our high lunge. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale to bend deeply into that right leg for a few deep breaths. Holding strong here in our high lunge. And we'll place our hands down, step back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly walking all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, and exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, hands to heart. We'll repeat this sequence on the other side. Inhale to sweep all the way up, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, and then placing the hands down, step back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to sweep the left leg up towards the sky, and exhale to step it through into our high lunge. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up, and exhale, bend deeply into that left knee. Inhale, sweeping the arms up a little bit higher, and then placing them down, step back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we'll slowly walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. As we inhale, we'll drop the hips down low, sweep the arms up high here for our chair, and hold for a few deep breaths. Dropping the hips down even lower, arms up even higher so they're parallel to the ears, strong through the core, and strong through the glutes. And then we'll fold all the way down as we exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, and then placing the hands down, stepping back as we exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to sweep the right leg all the way up towards the sky. Exhale to step it through for our warrior two, pivoting the back foot so it's parallel with the short edge of the mat, cartwheeling our hands up and bending deeply into that right knee, gazing over towards the right fingertips here. From here, we'll start to repeat our breath of fire, keeping our position here as we start with those sharp exhales. Staying strong here as we keep our tempo, feeling that inner fire. Keeping it up for just a little bit longer. Then inhale deeply and hold. Exhale to let it go. Start to cartwheel the hands down, step back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly walking all the way up towards the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, hands to heart center. We'll sweep the arms all the way back up as we inhale, and exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, then placing the hands down, stepping back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to sweep the left leg up towards the sky, and exhale to step it through for our warrior two, cartwheeling the hands up and bending deeply through that left knee. From here, preparing for our breath of fire once again. Sharp exhales through the nose, bending deeply into that left knee, staying strong here. Maybe closing the eyes if that feels comfortable as we continue. Just a couple more. Then inhale, hold. And exhale, release, cartwheeling the hands down, stepping back, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog for 5 deep breaths here just to reset. From here, we'll slowly walk all the way up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, hands to heart. From here, keeping the feet together, we'll start to come up onto our tippy toes. Trying to keep our back as flat as we can here as we slowly come all the way down, bringing our seat to our heels. And then coming all the way onto our seat. Keeping our legs out with our feet planted on the ground, we'll prepare for our boat pose. Option number 1 is just to lean back, bring our feet up so that they're parallel, maybe holding onto the back of the knees. Option number 2 is to let go with the hands. Option number 3 is extend the legs out long. Wherever you are, keeping the chest up, shoulders down and back, core engaged as we continue to breathe. And then as slowly as you can, starting to come all the way down onto our backs. Bringing the feet in, shoulder width apart. We'll prepare for our bridge pose. Back is flat against the mat as we push the heels down. And we'll start to push the pelvis up. Knees stay parallel, maybe interlacing the hands underneath the low back if that feels okay. Pressing down into the heels to engage through the glutes. We'll start to let go with our hands if they're interlaced and slowly come all the way down. Taking a couple of breaths before coming into our second round. And then preparing for our second round, pushing up through the hips, maybe interlacing the hands underneath the back, remembering to breathe here. And we'll slowly bring all the hips all the way down. From here, we'll bring the hands out wide, keeping the knees together, maybe shifting the hips slightly towards the left as we drop the knees down towards the right side, gazing over that left shoulder, slowing our breath down here as we start to slow down our practice. Maybe closing our eyes if that feels comfortable. Now we'll start to take it over to the other side, shifting the hips over to the right, dropping the knees down towards the left, gazing over that right shoulder, keeping both shoulders down on the ground here. Then we'll bring it back to center, maybe coming into a happy baby, or taking any last movements or poses that we need before we slowly start to come into our final resting pose. You rocking side to side in our happy baby, taking our time to extend out long into our Shavasana. And as always, feeling free to pause the video if you know you want to stay a little longer. Otherwise, fully relaxing here, and I'll call you back when it's time. Feel free to stay as long as you'd like, otherwise wiggling through the fingertips and toes, maybe making small circles with the wrists and ankles in both directions. Taking our time here and keeping the eyes closed or with a soft gaze, maybe taking a nice deep stretch and rolling over onto the side. Taking a moment here before we come back into our comfortable seated position, bringing our hands to heart center and taking a deep bow of gratitude, thanking ourselves for showing up here. Have a wonderful rest of your day.